And speaking of Studio Trigger, today we got ourselves some very, very, very fun news. Some news that I'm super hyped about. And I gotta find someone to play this game on the show, both on those guys' play and just not even on the show, just in general, because I'm really hyped for this. Kill la Kill's game trailer reveals, and I assume this was also released at Anime Expo. Yes, on Thursday, Anime Expo. So we're getting in 2019. Yes, that's right, 2019. Some might say, but is it late 2019? Is it early? To be fair, I don't think they announced the exact date, but I would hope it would be maybe spring, summer. We're getting the PS4 and PC release of this game.
Yep.
A Kill la Kill fighting game.
Kill la Kill the game. If.
Yeah, its tagline is if, which is okay, but well, because look, bad titles or awkward titles happen all the time, not just with Japanese media, but with English media as well. That's fine. But you know what? Who cares? What matters is that it's coming out. Now, here's the thing, right? So I'm not part of the, PC is better than consoles. I mean, my PCs that I have are utter trash when it comes to playing games online. That's kind of why we haven't really moved over to Twitch just yet. So, personally, I'm a bigger fan of consoles. I'll be getting this on the PS4. However, Tristan, I'm so hyped for the fact that this is going to be released on Steam. And you want to know why?
Why? Mods.
The mods. Yes.
Mods is always the answer when it's on PC.
I don't know if any of you guys know this. I think Tristan knows this, but if not, I'm going to be revealing some new information to you right now. You can find it on YouTube. Not on our YouTube, but someone posted this to YouTube. There is a Captain Falcon mod for Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Right.
You can play as Captain Falcon in Fighter Z on the PC. Also, what you can do, you can have, and this one I know you can play as Godzilla or as a Power Ranger, as a Power Ranger, sure, but as a Megazord in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Right.
You can do so much shit. It's amazing with mods. Heck, you can mod so many different character models and play as so many different other characters, including Power Rangers, definitely, on different PC versions of WWE games, both new and old. I mean, there was a WWE Raw was released both on the Xbox and on the PC back in the day. And, I mean, even looking towards new games, of course, we have the recent, I think the last 2 or 3 WWE 2K games. I know we had at least one, but I feel like we have more than one at this point. WWE 2K games released on the PC. So you can be playing as, Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader. And the reason why that's so cool is when it comes to older console WWE games, after a year or two, after technically 2 years, online functionality decreases. As in, they abandon the servers. 2K abandons their servers and they move on to the next game. So you can't download those amazing Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader created characters. But on the PC, they're eternal. So the mods for this game are going to be... And by the way, this game is also created by the same company, Arc Systems, that created Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yep. Yeah, Arc System Works is best known for their, Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue. So if you're looking at this trailer and thinking, wow, this looks amazing, that would be why.
And it looks like Fighter Z, that's why. But the reason why I'm interested, Tristan, is because we're going to get a crossover. And it's not going to be official, but we're going to get a mod crossover.
Right.
If they're similar engines, and more importantly, the fact that they're being made by similar, somewhat different art styles, of course, but still, I do believe that there's a good chance that the mod community can take this game and take Fighter Z and have a good time. So I gotta be honest with you, man, I don't know. I think that, even putting the game aside, we can have some very interesting mod potential. Now, let's bring the game back in, because that's kind of what matters, is what we're talking about here. Not what the future holds, this is the game itself. It seems to not have an English dub, which makes me a little sad, because this was a game that... I mean, granted, this might just be a preview trailer, so we don't know what the future, holds. I don't know, I would like for this game to potentially have an English option if available, or a future English option. I don't know. I would like it. It got dubbed, put on Toonami.
Yeah.
The dub was pretty big. I like the dub voices. It would would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, the company is discussing the possibility of having an English dub for the game, but it's still in discussion.
Okay, that's good.
So,
is it immediately? It's just like Trigger is also involved in this, and it's on their Patreon. I would fucking give to their Patreon for that. Yeah, right. But no, it would be interesting. I don't know if I would want it to be a Kickstarter thing. Although, to be fair, if you gave me a copy of the game, I'd support it. Like if you gave me a copy of the game to provide an English dub for the game.
right.
I'd pay the $60, you know, because I'm getting a copy of the game anyway. But no, I think the English dub, I would really hope that the English dub would be a thing. Either way, though, it seems like with the very little bit that we know, I know, Tristan, you haven't really seen Kill la Kill.
Yeah, I haven't. I've been meaning to get around to it and see it, because a lot of friends of mine from my old gaming group in college, Gamers Guild, shout out to you guys.
You better be watching.
Yeah, hey,
this lovely individual.
Maybe some of them.
I hope so. I hope you guys.
But they were really hyped, and I think they were even watching like the final episode when it was coming out. It was actually during a meeting, and they were all like grouped together in half the room watching the episode.
No, I don't know why it makes me laugh, because like I imagine seeing all the crowds on the news watching the World Cup intensely. I just imagine them doing that. But with Kill la Kill?
Sure, yeah, kind of.
I know, it's just like, hey guys, what's going on? You shut your goddamn whore mouth!
Speaking of which, there is going to be the first playable demo at the Evolution Championship Series 2018. It's a fighting game tournament. Taking place in Las Vegas from August 3rd to 5th.
So I think the question, the question we all have to ask ourselves is, road trip, Tristan? How far is Vegas from here?
Far, Matt.
Too far?
Far.
What if I paid for gas?
You know what? I'm just gonna let that one slide, because I don't want to be mean.
I think we should take a road trip, Tristan. I think we can do it. I think we can. Well, look, your car. Wait, you constantly tell me that your car is what's the word I'm looking for? It's it's flooded. Can't it? Doesn't that mean it can be a submarine as well? Does it mean that we can't go into the water as well? If it's getting.
You do half of the.
I wanna break him really bad with this.
Because half the U.S., at least the middle portion, is mostly dry. Very dry, Matt.
Right. So then why can't we drive on it? You made it seem like we'd be going, we can't go over that because there's water. No, then let's drive, damn it. It's a road trip. I don't care how long it takes, I'll pay for gas.
Okay. You find us a car that's built for long drives and heat, and we'll do it.
We'll borrow Fox's car. He won't mind because I won't tell him. It's pretty simple.
I feel like there's a problem with this plan. I can't quite put my finger on it, but
you're right. I don't have the money for gas. I've been lying to you the whole time.
That's right. Yeah, that's the problem with this.
But seriously though, shitty banter aside, don't you mean witty, Matt? No, shitty banter aside, from what little we know about this game, so you don't know anything about the plot of the show, or do you know like little pieces here and there?
I know little bits here and there.
Okay, because generally this gave very little info, but essentially summarized a fair amount of the show, in a way. So I do wonder if they just don't want to release too much more. This is really a teaser, through and through. So I wonder if, for all we know, this game will be released in January 2019. You know what I'm saying? Like almost into 2020.
Right.
So for all we know, this game is like a year and a half away.
Right.
Right? So to be fair, we don't know when the game's coming out. We don't know much about it, other than it's coming out in 2019. So even though you don't know much about it, did it still hype you up? Like, as someone who's not a fan, were you like, whoa? Did it do that for you?
It looks pretty cool, but if I was able to play the demo, not that I'll be able to, but I'd give it a shot.
Hey man, I'm giving you an opportunity.
Yeah.
How much are plane tickets to Vegas? That's the question we should be asking.
Probably more.
Probably much. Probably. You know what? I would argue maybe not on a normal day, even though Vegas is known for tourism, even on a normal day, but that weekend, I have a feeling.
Oh, yes.
I have a feeling it's a lot.
The thing I'm really interested in for this, though, I mean, not exactly the game itself, but the idea that the writer for the series, Kazuki Nakashima, will be returning for the game's story, but also the game's story will be written like another episode of the anime.
Yes, so I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're the one who brought it up, because I think with some games, some anime games, so like some games that get adapted from anime, either they fall into two traps. The first trap is we're only going to adapt everything in the anime, maybe even in a movie or two if it came out like with Dragon Ball Z games, and that's all we're doing. We're not creating new stories. And what ends up happening is, if you're only trying to create one game off of this, alright, people are satisfied. Maybe one every 5 years, alright, that's not so bad. If you're like Dragon Ball, however, or Dragon Ball Z in this case, because many of the games that we're referring to that came to the West are Dragon Ball Z games, Dragon Ball Z fighting games, they're just the same thing, I would argue. Yes, the fighting mechanics are changed, of course. Yes, there's, in some cases, there's more content, right? But it gets to the point, Tristan, where you have to admit, there's at least one or two games where you're sitting back and you're thinking, this is retreading the stuff that I played in the last game.
Yeah.
The last game gave me so much content that it gets to the point where it's just like, are you Kiwi? I'm actually Kiwi's brother. All right. Fuck it. Why not? Kiwi's brother, an alternate skin to Kiwi, who's named Mango. Why the fuck not? Right? So it gets to that point, Tristan, where you're playing with Kiwi's cousin Mango, and you're like, have we gone too far? And then it's like, how is the next game?
We haven't gone far enough.
God damn it, let's get the whole family in here. Let's bring in Avocado. I just feel like with a game like that, you know, like you have to create something new, and I do think that even though I haven't played them, the Xenoverse games were great in that regard, to trying to create something new and different. Same thing with Fighter Z. Have I played Fighter Z? No. Do I like that the story is trying to create a brand new story? Yes. Because after a while,
hell yes.
Do you like that they've changed that they made a new story? Also, hell yes. I would imagine. No, but that's the thing. After a while, you need to create new stories. But you know what you don't need to do? And this is the other trap. And I don't think you've seen this, Tristan, because a lot of these games are for anime that might be somewhat popular here, but the games never made it to US shores. These games go for what-ifs. Now, I know in this case, literally, the name of it is If, but it's going for a brand new episode that could fit into any part of the anime.
Right.
I talk about what-ifs like, oh God, I'm trying to, I'll just make up something, right? Detective Pikachu.
Right.
But it's Dragon Ball Z. And you're like, what the fuck? It's just Dragon Ball Z, but as if everyone was in, 17th century Europe, and it was all Sherlock Holmesy. And I know Detective Pikachu takes place in modern day, but still, that's what I'm saying. Like, they go into too many what-ifs. It would be like, like the Ace Attorney games, the one that went to feudal Japan.
Yeah, right.
But let's do a little twist. Imagine if Ace Attorney was an anime, never had a game adaptation until the feudal Japan ones, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Okay.
Here's one that made it to the US, Duelist of Roses. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Instead of adapting the show, they're like, you know what, or in some cases, I think, with some games that I've played, like Worldwide Edition with Yu-Gi-Oh!, where you were your own character in the universe, which I think is okay, right? Instead of doing that, it's, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a brand new story, something completely different, something reimagined. And it's like, but I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I either want to play, play as the characters, going through what they went through, or a brand new story with the characters.
Right.
So that's the thing. So having these reimaginings, So I'm really happy that this game is doing something for its first game. The Kill Kill game is going to be just another episode of the anime. It can fit in anywhere, maybe. That's really cool to me. How do you feel? You were saying that you like that aspect? Yeah. Because I don't know. I mean, granted, yes, it would be nice if you played the game and it felt like you were, in the show itself, going through some of the show's fights. And if they have a mode that does that, that'd be pretty cool.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. It would seem strange if you're just, the first game is just going through every single, beat from the story, because it's like, especially another thing too, by the way, it's not like the show came out 30 years ago. Right. Dragon Ball Z came out 20 years ago at this point. Some people may be sitting back and like, I saw some Dragon Ball Z, I liked it, but let me play the games so I can kind of get a lot of the story from the games. Here, the show came out, 3 years ago? It hasn't even been 5 years. So, has it been? I know the dub hasn't.
Oh, the dub,
What?
No, it's been, I'd say maybe 4.
Okay. But still, you see what I mean, though? It still wasn't the same decade.
Right, yeah.
So, to the point where, in some of the cutscenes, I'm like, are you anime or are you video game? You're both that good.
Right.
Right? Like, so, either way, I'm pretty hyped for this. So you have to watch the show before even thinking of shelling out for this game.
Yeah, I think I'd like to watch the anime first before playing.
Oh, and that's fair, and we can, hey, comment below. We could do it for on a Saturday podcast. Tristan.
All right,
All right, we're